Hey cuties, I'm Lanikia and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is the Young and the Restless edition. Today is Monday, July the 31st, 2023. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I know I did. I know I did. All right, let's get into this. It wasn't much of an episode as far as showing a bunch of different characters, but it was a solid episode, and I'm gonna give it a 7. It was solid. So we start off with Daniel, Phyllis, and Summer. Hold on. Okay, so we start off with them, and they're concerned about Phyllis because, like, she's concerned. First of all, they tell her they're there to support her. No matter what's going on, they love her, they support her, and they want her to get out of all this. And she's like, of course, she wants to get out of it too, but she keeps bringing up the fact that something could go wrong. You never know. And they're like, when it comes to Carson, and then she lets him know that she got offered a position with Adam, and that at first they're like, "No, what do you mean?" Like, because she said, "Okay, so Phyllis needs money, because Jeremy Stark claim the insurance that she was. I mean, they had Jeremy Starks as such a bum. He claimed the insurance, even though he knew she wasn't dead. He claimed it anyways, and then he turns around and takes half of what was in her checking, her bank accounts, and then her assets are frozen. So, you know, she doesn't know what he did with all this money. And so the kids tell her, well, we can help. I said, Michael can't find that, like, because Michael be doing everything else for Victor. He could probably find that for you if you really wanted him to. But anyways, they said, well, we can give you money. And she said, no, I'm not taking it from my kids, but Adam did offer me a job. And they said, okay, so what are you're gonna work for Adam? Like, it's Adam. And she said, well, he offered me a high level position as head of IT at his new company. And then Summer says, like, just come back to Marquetti. And she said, no, I'm not going to do that. She said, the only problem is that, Nick and Sharon will be there, and she can tolerate Sharon. They can tolerate each other. But Nick is, still upset with her about how she did Summer, and her destruction of Summer's marriage because of what Phyllis did. And Summer says, well, I'm sure he'll get, over it because he doesn't seem upset. She said, baby, he knows you're going through a lot, so he's not going to show his anger on you. I said, Summer was like, he'll get over it, mama. Y'all be friends. I said, when were they friends? Because every conversation that I've seen with Nick and Phyllis in the last year, he's always been really condescending and sarcastic. Even when he saw she was going through something, he was cracking jokes and stuff. Which I guess that's just Nick, but I was like, sir, you see the girl is like mentally not right and you're cracking jokes and everything. But I don't know, child. If you want that friendship, if you like it, I love it. So let's move on because they agree that Phyllis is going to take the job, but then she's worried about Carson. What if he doesn't show up? And they said no. He gave his statement, everything but fine. And she was like, yeah, yeah. And so she leaves, and Daniel and Summer, they're like, didn't it seem odd the way she was with Carson? They feel like there's more going on that she's not telling them, and they don't know what it is, but they know it has to do with Carson. So then moving right along. Um they so moving right along, they see that we see that Adam and Nick are talking, right? Adam and Nick are talking, and he's telling him, change the name on your company, stop being so mad. Like, we're in a lose-lose situation, because don't if we go after what our dad is telling us not to go after, he'll be like, you're being disobedient. He said, but then if we cool our heels and wait on him to tell us our next move, it's like we're children. You're not men, and Nick said, so it's a lose-lose situation. And Adam said, well, I say we just do what we want to do with the company. And so that's when Nick said, you got to have some kind of positivity, because you want to burn it all down with the name and all this different stuff. Like, you got to let Newman Media go, and just let's build something that our rivals will let know that, hey, we're here now, and our competitors and everyone will know, and even people who are not our competitors, but we are a force. Let's have a nice little event. I say, y'all stay having these, but let's have a nice little event to make it known that we're here now. And they said, okay. And Adam was like, okay, okay. And so then we see that Sharon is with Mariah and Tessa. I could care about this storyline, but y'all don't show them enough. So it's not that big deal. Like, Mariah, go over here and work for Sharon. It's not that big of a deal, but they made a whole storyline about it, about Mariah trying to decide what she wants to do, stay at Jabot or work for Sharon. And Sharon, of course, wants her to do what she wants to do, but she would love for her to work with her at the company that she's building with Adam and Nick. And so then Sharon ends up leaving, right? And Mariah and Tessa talk, and she said she wants to work with Sharon. Tessa said, I know you do. It's a challenge, but you can have a company that is just as long lasting as Jabot. So that's the first person to leave Jabot with all these shakeups because of Ashley and Jack. She's well, I mean, of course Kyle left, but that's because Jack chose Summer. But now Mariah's leaving. We'll see what else ends up happening with this. So then we see that Sharon goes over and she tells Nick and Adam, what are y'all talking about? And he says, I'm trying to tell Adam to be positive and let all the anger, resentment, and get back go. And Adam said, all right, y'all win. For now, Newman Media, I'm not gonna go after them or whatever, but and I'm gonna try to be positive. He said, but listen, I'm only human, so I'm not gonna tell you I'm gonna always be positive and it's always gonna be, you know, ice cream. What is it? What's the saying? Oh, I don't know. It's not gonna always be that, but I will try to, not go after things so hard or look for revenge and everything. And they said, okay, that's all we can ask for. He said, now I did do something before y'all came on board. And they were like, what? He said that he offered Phyllis the IT job. And they were like, what? Why would you do that? He said, because, uh, really, he didn't get to clarify why he wanted to do that, because then Phyllis called and he said, speak of the devil. And Phyllis told him, I'm going to accept your job, but I need something for you. And I said, yes, this is what I'm talking about. People don't like neither one of you, really. So you might as well work together. Like, all the people who are disliked on the show, y'all should be working together instead of disliking each other too. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Anyways, y'all, that was the Young and the Restless for the day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you tomorrow for an all new episode of What Happened on the Stopes, the Young and the Restless edition. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.